Welcome back, everybody. Let's talk about inline CSS. Inline CSS is used to style one element. The reason it's called inline is because it's added directly into the element's HTML markup. Check out this A element. The text in green is the inline CSS, and how we know that is because they call out the style attribute, and then they list out the CSS properties separated by semicolons. Inline CSS will typically override other CSS assignments assigned by CSS selectors like class, ID, and element. Okay, that's enough talk. Let's see it in action. Let's add inline CSS to our comments icon. Let's go to our code, scroll down to the content, and here's our comments icon. Now you'll notice there's nothing specifically defining the size of these icons, and that's because we're using a CSS selector, which is defined here. We'll talk about CSS selectors in a future lecture. Now let's add the inline CSS to this icon. Go ahead and type in style equals font size 150 px. Notice that the font size defined here is 100 px. We've assigned inline CSS, which is assigned to 150 px. Inline CSS usually overrides CSS classes and CSS selectors. We can define !important to override this inline CSS, but generally inline CSS will trump classes and CSS selectors. Let's remove this important and run. Here it is before the change, and here's the change to the comments icon after applying the inline CSS. That's all for now. See you in the next lecture.